Kia ora te whānau, ko Bonnie toko ingoa, haere mai ki tōku YouTube channel. Hey everyone, I'm Bonnie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a crafty Christmas vlog of me making a bunch of Christmas gifts and some like Christmas decorations and things. I've been in a super crafty mood lately, especially since I'm always breastfeeding and then getting nap trapped for hours. I've been really like just in the mood to do something with my hands and have something more productive to do than just sitting around watching like YouTube or anything. So I've been super inspired. I've been watching lots of craft videos as well. So I've been really inspired to make a bunch of stuff. So come along with me while I make a whole load of awesome little Christmas crafts.
Taylor mean this? Is this an Easter egg? I'm not that invested in that. This one got me. So let me give you a little background. So supposedly you can let me know as a Swiftie.
I've been doing some beading for my Christmas presents. So I've made this bag charm or keychain with my daughter's name and my niece's name on it for Jake's sister. I'm thinking of trying to do another one for our sister-in-law as well, but I don't know, depends how many letters I've got. There's a struggle finding those ones. And then I've made this one with this cute little Polaroid camera toy. I think it was from like a Kinder Surprise or something like that. And it says photographer on it. And that's for my best friend, because she's like the resident photographer in like the friend group, and she's always wanting to take photos and stuff, and she takes really nice photos. So yeah, I made her this bag charm, and I'm pretty sure she'll really appreciate that.
SeatGeek's incredible. It's obviously the #1 rated ticketing app because it's fantastic. There are over 35 million downloads, and that's because there's over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. There are so many fabulous artists on tour right now. I'm going to open my SeatGeek app just so I can like scroll through a few to tell you. Billie Eilish, Lorde, Sabrina Carpenter just finished up, but you missed a lot there. The Jonas Brothers, John Legend, Cardi B, Halsey, and so many more. You gotta get your tickets on SeatGeek because they are offering you 10% off when you.
Next I've got letters to make her name. So I'm going to do that one, and then I've got the letters to make my daughter's name again for me. So, but like, you know, that's not for a Christmas present, that's just for fun. But yeah, I've got the letters to make my best friend's name, and I've got this cute little black cat charm, which I think she'll really like because she has a black cat. So I'm going to add that on there as well. And then I have this earring she gave me. We have this thing with like not matching earrings, like we end up having the matching pair all of the time. But I don't have earring holes anymore really, and I don't really wear earrings, so it's just kind of been sitting around not doing anything. So I thought I could try and incorporate the beads or something onto either this one or another one. I don't know, but I've got it there just in case I want it. Yeah, I'm gonna make another bag charm for her. I love that bag charms are a thing now, and like phone charms and stuff. Although I'm considering I might make that into a bookmark, like a book charm, bookmark. That might be cool actually. Because then to show the bag charm and a bookmark, I might do that. That sounds cool. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really enjoying beading and making like, well, at the moment I've mostly made bag charms, but and those earrings, like I'm just really enjoying it. It's really like fun and like cathartic process. I'm really enjoying it. It's good fun. So yeah, let me get into it. This craft is going to be beading. So I created some beaded earrings, some beaded phone charms or bag charms, and a beaded bracelet. This is incredibly simple and straightforward. Literally all you're going to do is collect your beads, decide what colours you want and in what order. If you're using letters, then pick what words you're going to write, and then just string them all together. For one of the phone charms, I found a little camera from a Kinder Surprise and used that as a wee charm to add onto the phone charm. Most of them, I just use the beads. I have made some funny earrings for one of my friends. She is obsessed with earrings. She has a huge collection. So one of them says Fish Lady. She has heaps of fish. One of them says Cat Lady because she has heaps of cats. And one of them says Bumwee because she always says that and I think it's funny. For this craft, we're going to be making collaged bookmarks and photo frames. It's very simple. All you're going to do is cut out a bunch of pictures. I used magazines, but you can print some off. You can get some off Pinterest. You can view from the newspaper, or like the leaflets that come in the mailbox, like junk mail. You can use so many different things to get your pictures. To make your bookmarks, cut out a rectangle from some cardboard. I just used a recycled box. You could use like a cereal box or a muesli bar box. You could use, a big cardboard box, like a packaging box. Or you can just actually purchase some cardboard, up to you. I just used an old packaging box. And I found some card, which must have come in something at some point. So I had a thin one and a thick one. Once you have your pictures, you want to design your layout. Just put out your pictures onto the cardboard and see what you like. And then once you're happy with it, you can stick it down with some glue. I used PVA glue, but a glue stick would work fine. I wouldn't recommend using hot glue or super glue or anything like that, as it's not really made for paper. For your bookmarks, if you'd like to do them double-sided like I have, go right ahead. If you just want to do one side, that's totally fine. You could also add little charms or ribbons, but as you can see, you don't have to. For the photo frame, you're going to want to make sure that your collage is around the outside of the frame, and then put your photo in the middle. So just remember that when you're laying out your design. You could make a second piece of frame to go over the top, so it's like a real photo frame, and then collage on top of that. But I could not be bothered, honestly, so I just stuck with a flat two-dimensional collage and photo, and glued my photo directly onto the collage. Then for the photo frames, if you would like to make it stand up like a photo frame, just cut a rectangle out of the cardboard and then cut it on an angle so it will sit flat on a surface once it's glued on. Bend it a little bit at the flat end so that it can come out on an angle, and then glue the bent part directly to the back of the cardboard. Make sure that it's flush so that when you sit your frame standing up on a surface, it can stand nice and straight. This craft will be jar lid collage magnets. It's another pretty simple craft, but I think it takes a little bit more design as you only have a small surface to work with. So you collect a bunch of jar lids and then collect your images that you want to use. Cut out your background first. Just draw a circle around the lid to get the size on whatever background you want to use. I used magazine pages, I used wrapping paper and scrap picking paper. Once you've got your background, you can start laying out your images of your design. Once you're happy with it, just stick them all down. I just used PVA glue again. Again, I wouldn't recommend hot glue or super glue for this one. PVA or glue stick should do fine. I would probably recommend PVA for gluing the background onto the jar lid, but you can use any glue after that. Then once you've completed your collages, hot glue some magnets to the back. I just used recycled magnets from old fridge magnets that I had that I wasn't using, but you can buy magnets. And then you can just stick them onto the fridge. For this craft, I'm making little gingerbread houses out of recycled toilet rolls. So you just take your toilet roll, you fold it in half, and then fold it in half again until you make your tube into a square instead of a circle. And then you cut it in half, so you have two short square tubes. One of them is going to be the body of the house, and then you're going to cut the other one in half so that you end up with two triangular pieces, so that makes two roofs. So you've cut one of your square tubes in half to make two roofs. With the other one, with the other side of the toilet roll, you want to cut down each corner to about halfway. Then you want to fold down 2 of the opposite sides and cut straight across. So you've cut out 2 rectangles and you're left with one side full and one side cut in half. Sorry, that's not a great explanation. The sides that are full, you now want to cut into triangles. So you end up with a little house shape that you can fit the roof right on top of. Then before you glue it together, you want to decorate your house with a white coloured pencil or paint, or a paint pen would be really awesome, a gel pen, anything white that will show up on the brown toilet roll. Then once you've decorated your gingerbread house, I recommend just like looking up pictures of gingerbread houses on Pinterest or on Google Images to get some design inspo, but really you can pretty much just do anything and it will look good. Once you have finished decorating your gingerbread house, you want to hot glue or super glue it together. So you just put a line of glue around the outside of the building and then stick the roof on. This craft is going to be miniature notebook Christmas ornaments. I followed a video tutorial to get the pages. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, you get an A4 sheet of paper or whatever size you want. Then you fold it in half and then in half again the same way. So you're doing it, folding it like a book and then folding it in half again. Opening it up and then you're going to turn it around and do the same thing vertically. So you're folding it like a paper aeroplane and then folding it again. And then when you open it out, you should have a whole bunch of little miniature rectangles on the page. Then you want to flip it sideways and cut along one of the horizontal lines. So there will be 4 little rectangles across in each row. You want to cut across 3 of them, then flip the paper around and cut across the next 3 from the other side, and then flip the paper back around and cut across the next 3 from that side. So you end up with a big trail of paper. And then following the video, you just fold it all back together again. Like pretty much just follow the lines that you've already folded to fold it all back together again, and this makes the pages. I found you can fold the opposite way on some of them if you want, because sometimes it makes like a really extra thick page and you might not want that. But just be aware, if you do decide to cut any of them, they will sort of fall apart a bit and you'll have to tape it back together. I did that and it's fine, but I'd recommend just not doing that in the first place. So now you have your little notebook. You're going to want to find some cute paper of some sort to create a little cover. I just made mine's like standard book covering way of having like a slightly too big rectangle that goes from one cover to the other, and then cutting the corners and little triangles from the middle of the spine, and then folding it around and folding those extra bits over the edge. I just taped mine down, but you could glue it, or you could use sticky book covering in the first place, or you could use some sticky like Duracell cover to cover your paper and stick it on. Now you have your little mini book. You could just leave it at that, or if you want to make it into an ornament, you'll notice that the pages don't actually stick to the inside of the spine. So I just pushed mine out, and then there was a gap behind it, and I made some loops with ribbon and then just taped one end inside, made the loop, tied it up, and then like I tied one end of the ribbon to the middle and then slid the knot down so that it was behind the pages. This was just an easier way for me to do it without mucking things up too much. And then I just taped it again behind all the pages and then folded the pages back in. If you make a big knot, it will make it a little bit harder to write in the book, but it's not a big deal. So now you have your little mini notebook ornament, and you are free to write or draw whatever your heart desires. I sort of made mine as half Christmas cards, half memory books. So for every person I gave them to, I wrote them a little note about basically how this year's gone for that person or for us, like for our relationship. So this year was the year my daughter was born, and I made these notebooks for my parents, my partner, my sister. I made one for my daughter, and I made one for me as well. Oh, and I made one for a couple of my friends. So most of them have mention of their relationship with me and my daughter. Like, she's my parents' first grandchild, so I mentioned how they have become grandparents this year. One of my friends is her godmother, so I mentioned that. For me and my dad this year, we won at Tū whănau Kapahaka Festival. If you've seen my previous vlogs, you'll know. So I mentioned that in his one and in mine. And for my daughter's one, I pretty much just wrote her a note about how loved she is and the kind of things that she has done in the short time that she has been here this year. And she's only 3 months old, but I wrote about how she, like, the little milestones she has met in that time and how much she's grown and things like that. So that basically the point of these is that the person can hang it on their Christmas tree, and then every year they can look back on it and reread the note inside and you know, just remember how 2025 went and reminisce and see how much things have changed or how much they've grown. And then perhaps they'll have something to add to it for next year. I don't know whether I'm going to keep doing these every year or if I'll just do it this once, but I think they're very cute and I'm really proud of how they came out, and I think they're really sweet and sentimental. I actually gave one of these to my best friend today and she cried. So I'm glad that they were well received. This craft will be trinket frames. So this one's very straightforward, very simple. You just collect a bunch of trinkets, or you can do beads like I have here. I also have some little crystals or shells, anything you want to use. Just collect a bunch of little goodies. Lay them out on a photo frame. I used a real photo frame that I got from the warehouse for like $4. But you could go to the op shop and get some. You could use a cardboard frame if you wanted to. You can do honestly whatever you want. But just lay out your design, and then once you're happy with it, just start hot gluing or super gluing them down. If you're using heavier things like crystals, I would recommend super glue, but light things like I have used here with the little plastic toys and pins, hot glue should suffice fine as long as it's not in a high traffic area, or if you're giving it to someone who has young kids, you might want to super glue them so that they can't fall off or be pulled off. But hot glue does suffice pretty well. For the beads, hot glue is fine, but just be careful when you're putting it on, as I actually burnt myself doing this. I'd recommend hot gluing a little dot onto the frame where you want it and then putting the bead on. I started out by putting the hot glue directly on the bead, and that's how I burnt myself. Would not recommend that. Alrighty te whānau, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got some inspiration for some crafts you might want to try for yourself, whether they are for Christmas gifts or for next year's decorations or just for some fun. Most of these can be made all year round and can be made for yourself or for gifts for others, or just to get a little bit crafty. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, turn on your little notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. Share the video so it's spread far and wide, and I'll see you guys next time. Ka kite te whānau.